career ruined because these hoes love Sosa is crazy. I'm gonna say this off rip, bro. If you weren't in high school or middle school when Chief Keef was at his peak, you'll never understand my pain, bro. You'll never understand what I'm feeling right now, bro. Niggas thought I was cool off Chief Keef music just because I was bumping this shit, bro. I was ahead of the way, bro. So niggas thought I was cool. Niggas like, damn, he bumping that Chief. He's not as lame as we thought he was, type shit. So I got a lot of love for Chief Keef, and you know what? He done fucked it up for me, bro. And it really hurts my heart, bro. They got Drake up out of here. Uh, Kanye went crazy. Someone needs to protect Future. I don't know where Future's at. Someone needs to get to him immediately, make sure he's good, cause it is not going good for any of my goats. I'm not gonna lie to you. So Chief Keef has done irreparable damage to his career, cause he decided to years ago. I think like what 6 years ago when Danielle Bregoli was like 16 or something, he decided to crack a 16-year-old cash him outside, which is insane work. Uh, and I have to say, allegedly, he allegedly decided to crack uh cash me outside when she was 16 years old, even though it's not looking good for my boy. So when she was 16, she decided to start, getting into the hip hop world. There was a lot of people side eyeing. There was a lot of people side eyeing her because there were just a lot of grown rappers around her, and we all know damn well they weren't around her because she's just a talented individual. Like nigga, at least when R. Kelly was around Aaliyah, he can at least pretend like, oh, she's just a talented young lady. At least he had that kind of uh defense when niggas question why he's around a 15-year-old chick. But there's no way you can sit there and claim you're around a 16-year-old Danielle Bregoli because you think she's talented. I know Lil Yachty tried to do that, which only made me side eye him even more. So a lot of people have been accused of cracking an underage Danielle Bregoli, Trippie Redd being one. I think Lil Yachty's one if I'm going to be honest. But the biggest one right now is Chief Keef. And I always knew it was going to end up like this. The second, because she has a big mouth, and the second she sat there on her Instagram stories and said that Chief Keef was the only man she loved, that's when people immediately started side eyeing Chief Keef. And she would come out and say that it wasn't true, that he wasn't with her when she was underage, that they were only together when she was like 20 and he was like 27 or 28. Yeah, I think like 20 and 28. And she tried to defend him and saying that nothing weird was going on. But then I guess one of Chief Keef's baby mamas come out and said that you know he was indeed messing with the Catch Me Outside little girl when she was underage. But people didn't really think too much of it because Danielle was still on his side. So, it kind of is what it is. But the whole situation is kind of weird. So, the reason I guessing she posted that on her Instagram was because she was in a fight with her man, the one who beat her ass. So, she decided to, I guess, some toxic side of her decided to post that to get on his nerve. I think that's when Chief Keef should have known that he was done for at that point. Like that is not a woman who's going to hold it down forever. So honestly, and you can kind of see why she probably gets her ass beat a lot. If she, I don't know if that's will get me canceled. I'm just saying she looks like the type of person who probably needs her ass beat every once in a while. Even she said that, but we'll get to it. So whatever, things go smooth. You think Chief Keef would stop messing with her, but I guess he had to keep messing with her, and we'll later figure out why. So, down the lane, Bad Baby gets her ass beat by her man. She decides to post it on uh for the world to know on Instagram, which was bad news for Chief Keef, and we'll see why in a second. So, but the story goes that uh her boyfriend caught her talking to Chief Keef, pretty much she was cheating on her man. He found out He beat her ass, left her black and blue on the ground. She needed to go to the hospital. She called Chiquita to take her, and then she went to expose her man online. But then her dumbass, I did like a little shorter video on this before. Her dumbass, I guess she realized like, oh shit, I still kind of want to be with this man. Chief Keef doesn't want to be with me. I might have feelings for him. He doesn't have feelings for me. He just wants to sleep with me. So the only dumbass nigga in this situation who would ever put up with me is the man who just beat my ass. That's kind of how life goes sometimes. So she wants to get back with him. Now she's coming online defending him and whatnot. She's sitting there telling her business. The only reason I even know why she got her ass beat is because she told us. And the story involved Chief Keef. Chief Keef probably isn't feeling that. So I'm assuming he stopped messing with her because she talks too much. So, but that was a bad move because now a Danielle Bregoli, who her man's probably looking at this situation kind of weird, like damn. So you're protecting Chief Keef and his reputation, but you was quick to put me on blast online. So what Danielle Bregoli does, because again the only person in the situation who actually wants to be in a relationship with her and actually really kind of in his own toxic way even likes her is the guy who is her boyfriend who's being her ass. So Danielle Bregoli decides to go online and say pretty much say that hey, I I probably deserve to get my ass beat. I have a big mouth and I do shit that I probably shouldn't do. And her boyfriend, she says that her boyfriend, who I think his name's Laverne or something, whatever. He's not the first one to beat her, and he probably won't be the last. He also, and she throws Chief Keef under the bus, saying that he beat her too. And yeah, I think it's even worse because she later claimed that he beat her when she was like 16. Like Chief Keef was like 24, being on a 16-year-old that he was sleeping with. It's crazy work. So now she's throwing Chief Keef under the bus, exposing him. So it's not looking good for Chief Keef. Now, the final part of the story, which really just puts a nail in the coffin for Chief Keef. No one really cared that Chief Keef was being on Bad Baby. Bad Baby is just one of those people who no one, she's not really a Rihanna. People just don't kind of care. I think a lot of people feel like she deserves to get her ass beat, which is kind of crazy, but it's kind of what people feel like. So people weren't really that mad at the thought of Chief Keef putting hands on Bad Baby. But where it really just gets wicked for Chief Keef is when Bad Baby appeared on Moneybag Yo's, or not Money G Herbo's baby mama, whatever, Ari. I guess she has like some type of cooking show. I don't know. I honestly don't know. She starts talking about stuff that no one asked about. She starts revealing that she's done been molested like 5 different times. But most importantly, she reveals that she was sleeping with Chief Keef when she was 16 years old. She doesn't, say it out. She doesn't outright say that, but people can do math, unfortunately for Chief Keef, and they know enough to understand who she's talking about. So people easily come to the conclusion that Chief Keef slept with a 16-year-old Danielle Bregoli. Now, there was, when he did this, there was never a time where, sleeping with a 16-year-old is acceptable, but it's 100% way less acceptable than it was back then, like in 20 2018 or whenever 2018 or 2019, whenever he did what he did. People are extremely conscious about this. Like it's to almost a crazy degree. Like you can't even really sleep with an 18-year-old these days without people looking at you crazy. Nigga, you can't be 40 years old with a girlfriend in her 20s without these little Twitter hoes looking at you crazy. Like it's actually insane. So yeah, you're you're not getting any benefit of the doubt for sleeping with a 16-year old when you're 24 years old. That's actually quite insane. So, unfortunately, Chief Keef has not addressed this, probably will never entertain or address this. And, at the moment, it's just kind of alleged. It's not like she 100% name dropped Chief Keef or anything. And, there's always a chance that she could just be lying, but I kind of doubt it. But regardless, like, this is something that will always follow Chief Keef. There's probably people who will never want to work with Chief Keef just off of this. Like, damn, and it's crazy because people always credit Chief Keef as being one of the smart people who actually made it out of Chicago. But he survived all those bullets just to become a diddler. It's insane. Imagine someone refusing to claim you publicly while claiming Sexy Red.